Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But it's
Kermit.
You're saying
like
not to do.
Yeah,
Wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy.
My wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the, probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I am Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching from heaven. Today is going to be a big day. It's a big show today. We have great guests lined up. So thank you so much to everyone that, books the guests like Leaf King. And obviously, it's not just one person that makes Kermit and Friends happen. It's like many, many, many people. It's so many people that make Kermit and Friends happen. So it's pretty cool, like when you have a community come together and you just all want to make friends. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to say, hi, do you want to be my friend, to just random people? Myself and Elaine, another producer on the show, comes around with me all around town. What's going on? Why is everybody acting weird right now? What, Tammy? What's happening? Something weird? Video quality is so bad. Huh. All right, hold on one second. Let's just have Wheezy take over for one moment. Somebody might have been messing with my feed. Wheezy, what's going on?
Hi, you just look really fuzzy. Obviously, you're wonderful, but the video quality is just horrible, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
So,
video quality is horrible. So somebody might be messing with me right now. Is that possible?
it's definitely possible, and it would be the time to do it. But
Yes,
I
it
don't
would.
know. I was checking my Wi-Fi because I thought maybe I was having a problem, but everybody else is saying the same thing.
Okay, so do you mind just taking over for a few
Not at all.
minutes? Okay, I'll
Not
put
at
you up with Charmin. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, Charmin.
Hi, we get to chat. It's
I
been
know,
such a
yes.
busy week. I had to
Have
test
you-
my internet speed too because I was afraid it was me.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute. But then I started seeing everybody talk and I was like, oh, okay. Are you excited about the mini Manson thing today? He is going
I
to be,
am.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long week for me. I missed the mean stream on Wednesday.
I
I have new
noticed.
headgear and everything sounds a little funny, and it's just been a long, long week for me.
Right.
But I
Yeah, no, I
survived it.
feel you. It's been a long week for me too. I've been very excited about today's show because Mini Manson is so polarizing and he has been very upset with me. So I'm wondering if today he will be nice to me or what version I'm going to get personally. But yeah, he's typing right now. Elisa hates me and wants me to die. I don't think that's true, Mini Manson.
Me neither. I don't think Elisa wants him to die at all. And I don't think she hates him. But she does like controversy, and he doesn't mind bringing the heat and the smoke whenever he shows up. So we'll let him.
That's absolutely true. I mean, he loves controversy so much he threatens death on everybody, I've noticed. And he's even threatened that on Elisa. For her to forgive him and bring him back onto her show, it says a lot about her.
It really does. It really does. You can threaten Elisa. You can do whatever you want, but she's still going to keep coming back at you.
Absolutely. Have you seen her live streams this week?
I did, and I saw that interview with the podcast guy.
Yeah.
What great information was that? I really enjoyed him.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I had a doctor's appointment at that moment. Hi, kitty. At
It's
that
Fuzzy's
moment.
birthday today. She's 1 today, and she's
Happy
been rotten
birthday.
ever since we returned from our evacuation for the hurricane. She's
Oh,
escaped out the
that's
door.
right.
She's ran to the neighbor's yard. I had to chase her down. She just thinks she can take off and go anywhere.
What
There
a
are
brat.
rules for you, Fuzzy.
I was wondering about you in the hurricane. Did you have to leave your home?
I didn't have to, but I had so much weird electrical stuff happen in the last week. I was afraid of what was going to happen in my house when the power went out and came back on. And I'm so grateful that Zeus came to fix my electric before the
What a
storm
name,
hit.
right?
I know. Listen, I would not have been able to get through everything I've been through if somebody wasn't guiding me everywhere I've been. And there's been too many times in my life where I had to look up and say, thank you, Lord, I know that was you. But when they send Zeus to my house to fix my electric, it makes me feel like all the gods are protecting me, like the
That is
old
pretty
and the
funny.
new. They all like me.
That is very funny. When you told me that last week, I couldn't even believe it. But I'm glad you're okay. I've seen some devastating video from that hurricane, and I'm so glad that I don't live in the hurricane area because I'm the kind of guy that would just worry the entire time, and I wouldn't be built for it. You know,
Well,
I don't know how
it
you
was
guys do it.
Like, it was scary. I was supposed to have surgery Thursday morning, and it got rescheduled because of the storm. But I called my doctor's office the day before. I called the hospital, and I asked them, I said, are we really doing this tomorrow during a hurricane? You're in a flood zone. You're evacuating down there. Are you going to release me during a hurricane in a flood zone to drive home? One of the limitations after my surgery is I can't swim or bathe, but you're going to release me in a flood zone?
Oh, yeah, that seems very strange.
Florida has a bad reputation for waiting until the last minute and not taking storms seriously. And this storm was a real eye opener. There was a blanket evacuation order issued, but there was no enforcement. And when my local Waffle House closed down before the hospital decided to reschedule my surgery, I was scared. And as a Floridian, we laugh about the weirdest things. And the Waffle House, that benchmark, if Waffle House closes, that is a real thing. And that was an eye opener for me. And I started thinking about the electrical issues and what it would be like when the power went out and then surged and came back on. And I remembered that power strip catching on fire. And I started thinking about being trapped in a hurricane during a fire. And I was like, screw this. And I grabbed some stuff, right? Clearly, I only have 3 photo albums and a cat that I care about, but I grabbed them and I ran. plan. And it all came together within 30 minutes. Waffle House closed, my hospital rescheduled my surgery, and somebody called me and said, get out, come here now. We already have a hotel. You're welcome here. Bring your cat. And so I drove over there. And when I got there right about the time the mean stream started up. But, it took a little bit of time to get there. I just couldn't pull it all together. And he asked if he could borrow my car and take it for a drive. And I said, well, you can, but you need to be careful and don't get on it because it's been acting funny for a while. And I've taken it to the shop a couple of times and they can't figure it out. And, he's a mechanic, and he crawled all over every inch of my car and found one little gasket that needs to be fixed and resealed. And he fixed it. And my car drove so nice on the way home. It was just like it all came together for my highest and best good. And I'm happy I survived it. Like every leaf was blown off my plants at my house. My garden is destroyed, but my house is great and everything's fine.
That is so great. I mean, that seems like it was a blessing in disguise for you because you got your damn car fixed. So, I
got my car fixed. I was kind of scared about that surgery after my doctor's computers were hacked once they got the approval for the procedure. And I was just a little nervous, especially with all the other stuff that was going on. And when the surgery got canceled, I just considered it all a blessing. Rejection is a blessing.
Gang, and some of them are kind of okay, I guess.
Very clear video.
You guys, wait, hold on. Wappy, I'm back. You guys, I'm on the phone with Wappy right now, and he's telling me some very bad news. Very bad news. Worst news ever. Wait, Wappy, can you repeat what you just said to Wheezy and to Charmin about what's going on with the internet blood sport?
Yeah, it's like a whole culture. Like looks like your internet's a lot better now, though. Your connection.
No, but what's internet blood sport? I don't want any part of that.
It's like all the people that they basically like try to social engineer other people and like gang stalk other people and
gang stalk. So I'm being gang stalked right now. That's what's happening.
You never know, but yeah, this is literally what they do, and they try to like ruin people's lives and do like all kinds of weird shit. Like,
so somebody's trying to ruin my life right now. That's what they're trying to do.
I hope not, but
oh my god, this is like the worst news ever. I was told about this. Yes, I'm very sorry, everybody. Thank God I have Charmin and Wheezy to help bail me out. My God, it's so scary what's out there. But you know what? We keep on going. That's what we do. We keep on going. We never give up. We never give up, no matter what, Wappy. So thank you so much, for telling me about the internet blood sport, which does not sound good at all. We're going to be having 2 guests, Wappy, and then we're going to get to how many songs do you have for us today?
I actually have one new song, and then I was going to pick like an old song to replay, so I got 2.
Okay, 2. Okay, we're going to get to you later. Thank you so much, Wappy. You're just truly the best.
Absolutely.
Best person. Best. Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, thank you. I love Wappy. Wappy is so cool. I just love him. He called me immediately, like when my internet was messed up. And, you just need friends like that. And Elaine and I have been going all around town looking for friends. Did you see that?
Oh, yes. I saw a lot of it. So cute. So funny. Elaine is such a fucking trooper. I mean, trying bras on and getting her nose waxed. I mean, you did that too. But I mean, I just can't believe, she is definitely a ride or die for you.
Okay, so Elaine, I can't believe what a blessing it has been. To meet Elaine is just so shocking that somebody would be down for this. I mean, very few people would be down for this. We did so much. We got our nose hairs waxed. Did you? What did you think of that? Were you surprised when we were doing that?
I was very surprised, and I cannot believe that you would even do that. It seems so painful. My eyes would probably still be watering. But yeah, you guys are troopers. In fact, I didn't think you'd go through with it after she did. I was like, there's no way Elisa's going to do that. And sure enough, you went right after and you got yours done too.
No, I'm a team player. You guys, I'm definitely a team player. I would not let my friend Elaine do this by herself. Everybody check it out. Me and Elaine at the salon.
I'm closing my eyes through this whole process. I don't want to know.
Yeah. What do you mean? You don't want to know when she's going in?
I just don't know. I would rather it just happen super fast.
Oh my God. Oh.
You're giving it. Keep your gift.
Keep that. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side, Elaine. Elaine, give that to me. I'm gonna put it to the side. All of them? Hold on. Okay.
You just said it.
Okay. How did it feel? Did it hurt? Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
No.
All right.
says it doesn't hurt.
Are you sure? I'm positive it didn't hurt.
It looks like it hurt.
Am I bleeding?
How do it?
No. Actually, oh!
Okay, so this is the
So it's kind of long, but if everybody like wants to watch that with me and Elaine getting our nose hairs waxed, it's actually on my channel under IRL. So I'm putting everything like that we do on the street under IRL, so you can know the difference between Kermit and Friends and stuff we just randomly do. We're going to go to an Italian street fair later in Hollywood. It should be a big event. So I'm looking up like events, and then we're going to a dog costume contest. I hope Fozzie wins. He's going to be this lobster, and that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's what we're doing after that. So we'll be doing some more like man on the street stuff. We'll be interviewing people, but really we're doing it to make friends, because that's what this is all about. Kermit and Friends is making friends. And our first guest, Wheezy, is going to be a great friend. She wrote this book, Empower Yourself. Okay.
Very awesome.
Do you feel empowered, Wheezy, at all?
Sometimes, right now, not so much. I need to read a book like that. I need to read a book like that. You know how your life has ups and downs. Sometimes in those pits, you need to like broaden your horizons a little bit. And so, I'm perfect timing for this guest.
Are you having a hard time right now, like in life?
Yeah, my health isn't so great right now, and so I've been dealing with that, and it's just rocky for me. But I just keep a positive attitude, but sometimes you can only be so positive. And so having a guest like this would be perfect.
Yeah. Actually, I was reading this book and she had seizures like as a kid and in adulthood and had a lot of health problems. So she's been talking about that. So maybe this can be helpful for people with, health issues or any problems. And you feel like, you don't feel empowered. I've felt like that in my life where I just feel like crap. Like my disposition is like feeling like crap, like that's how I wake up every day, like my whole life. Right. So so like I have to do things that make me like not feel like crap. So for instance, like doing the show, like really gives me life and surrounds me with people and I get to meet people. So that helps. Yes. And then like, me and Elaine going on the street, interviewing people, that has been so fun.
It has to help. Yeah.
It helps. I'm telling you, because I just take the other people's energy, like the other people's good energy, and I take it for myself.
Yes, that's so perfect. My favorite part so far of that was when you tried to get the midget to come out and talk to you, and he was not having it at all, which makes me think that people are always trying to get him to come over and be on camera.
Yes. I met a famous midget. I'm pretty sure he's famous because he didn't want anything to do with us. At all. I mean, he really didn't want to talk to us, but we want a midget for the show, obviously, and it's hard to get them. But I recommend like to be in the Kermit and Friends Discord server if you want to make friends, and then we can help you. And then not only that, but now we're making some income from this, and we could teach other people how to do that. And for me, that's just that is paying off so much. It's like I could cry about so many things right now. Just Wappy calling me to help me today. Sweet. He's just really a nice guy, and like Wheezy and Charmin taking over. They're incredible. Everybody here has been just such a blessing for me. And it just made my life so much better. Elaine, my friend Elaine, stepping up and saying, "Hey, let's go to this festival today. Let's interview people." I go, "What? You want to do that? All right. Yeah, I want to do that too." And, you just find people that are similar energy with similar vibration to you. A person that I hope is like that is this person today. Let me just bring up her notes. She wrote this book, which I think is going to help a lot of people. This book is going to be very powerful for people like Wheezy, for people like me. I've been very depressed, you guys. I seem happy sometimes on the show, but it's just because I'm doing the show. If I didn't have the show, if I didn't have the like IRL stuff, I would be very miserable. So Stacy Chillemi is an entrepreneur, a best-selling author, a speaker, and a coach. She's the founder of the Complete Herbal Guide. She has empowered hundreds of thousands of people from countries worldwide. She has over 20 books published. You guys, you know how hard it is to write a book, get it published? How the hell you do that? I don't know. She's written for the Huffington Post. She's been a frequent guest of the Dr. Oz show, which is like a humongous show. You guys know that. Everybody, welcome to the show, Coach Stacy Chillemi.
Hey, how you doing? How's everything going?
Great. I'm so happy you're here. You're an inspiration. I've been reading this book. Okay. I started reading your book and I was, you suffered from, these seizures. What was that? Is that like a surprise condition that happened as a kid?
Actually, it was, I had this like a little cold virus flu type thing going on, and I had a little ear infection. My mother heard like a gurgling sound in my bedroom. She came in to check on me, and I was actually turning blue, and I was in a grand mal seizure. So she had rushed me to the hospital, and right away they saw that it was more than just the flu, and they had induced me into a coma. And I was in a coma for 4 days, and they had told my parents most likely if she comes out of this coma, she's going to be paraplegic or have severe brain damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So my dad, who was from Greece, he came from a little island in Greece. There used to be a church there with a statue, and he's praying, and he's, thinking about this statue, and tears are coming, down the statue's eyes in Greece. So he's thinking about that. And then he looks up after he prays, and he sees a teardrop go down my eye. And I open my eyes, and the first thing I asked for was McDonald's French fries. And and so, I didn't end up paraplegic. I didn't end up with brain damage, but I did end up with epilepsy. So I struggled my whole life. It was like a roller coaster ride, ongoing seizures, all the time. And then later on, I went to college, and I was struggling through college, the late night, going out, partying, trying to get good grades, all the good stuff, all that stress, was causing me to have more seizures. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if I was even going to get through college. And, one day I just had, I had written a letter to the Epilepsy Foundation in Washington. They had a little magazine, and I asked them to publish this article. And I asked people, how do you cope with epilepsy? And I had like 300 to 400 letters from all over the United States and Canada come to my house. And I started reading these letters, and they were so inspiring. And they actually gave me a lot of inspiration, and they actually gave me a lot of good tips. And I realized, hey, I'm not alone. There are a lot of people just like me. And for the first time in my life, I realized that, if they could do it, so can I. And so I graduated college. I went on to working for a big corporation in the city. And then one day I felt a funny feeling, which they call aura. And I was walking in the hallway, and I had a seizure, and I fell down. And a producer had walked right over me, and he kept walking, and I looked up, and I was like, wow, I can't believe this guy just walked over me. And about 30 minutes later, I was released from my position because of that. And, I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm going to reach for the goals that I had planned to reach, and I'm going to make it through. And I started writing. I started my own freelance business. I started writing for professionals and corporate people. And one day, I met this herbalist, and this herbalist, had me do a lot of research for him. I was like, wow, this stuff, it could actually help me. And I started applying a lot of the stuff that I was learning to my own health. And I went from 12 seizures to 9 to 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I became controlled. So with the combo of my medication and living a healthy lifestyle, I was able to control my seizures. So I started writing more about health, and I created a little website. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Blogger back in the day?
Yes, I do.
So I started off with Blogger, and 400 people came, and I was like, wow,
400 people came to Blogger?
Yeah, I was really impressed. And so then I was writing for this website designer, and he would create the content, and I would he would create the website, I would create the content. And then he said, I could really make your little blog into something really nice. And he created this beautiful website for me. And before I knew it, it went from 10,000 to 100,000. And people were really interested about learning about how to heal a body naturally. And, I went from there to like writing all these different books. And then one day I said to myself, not too long ago, I was like, you know what? People, it's great to teach about health, and it's great to teach about living a healthy lifestyle. But what about the empowerment? People go through life and they need empowerment. If you're not empowered, you don't want to feel good. You don't want to feel better. You need to feel empowered. In order to do anything positive and good for yourself, you have to have that power. So I focused on writing the book, Empower Yourself, to release the power within you, to be able to teach people that we all have empowerment in our bodies. We carry the strength to overcome any obstacle in life. And I teach step by step in that book how to go from A to Z, from going from being in denial, to get into the point in life where you can feel like you can accomplish anything you put your mind and all those desires and dreams, well, you can make it happen. And I teach that in my book because it's so important to feel empowered and good about yourself. And so many people don't feel good about themselves.
Okay, so what would be like the first step for somebody that's totally down, like they just feel like life like hates them, they don't have any like hope? I see you write about hope a lot in the book.
Yeah.
And you could lose hope, like, because bad things happen in life where you don't have any control over it. So somebody like that that has bad luck. I mean, some people, they just have bad luck and bad things happen to them and nobody likes them. Like, what would you say to someone like that? How do they start?
Well, you know what? The first thing I say is, when people go through things in life, a lot of people are in denial because a lot of people don't want to face their problems. They don't want to face their issues because, facing something, it's scary because once you're get out of denial, then the problem's there and then you have to face it. And that's scary. A lot of people fear change. So, you really have to get out of that denial stage and say, hey, this is happening. I gotta face it and I gotta go full force, and I also talk about after you get out of that denial stage and after you've decided, what, I'm going to do something, even though it's scary, I'm going to do it. You have to learn how to accept it. A lot of people have to realize that life is not perfect. I don't believe in that word. We all have something. There's always things going on. Some people do have bad luck. One shitty thing happens after another. But you have to, you know what? You have to learn how to accept it and you have to learn how to love yourself because a lot of people after a while, when all these things start happening, they look in the mirror and they're like, fuck, I don't like myself. I don't like the life I'm living. I don't want to be here anymore, and you got to learn to be able to get to the point in your life where you can look in that mirror and say, I like that person who I see, so I teach about loving yourself. I go step by step to teach people how to, one, get out of denial, two, how to get.
My friend Chad has epilepsy and his service dog has been trained to save him if he ever has a seizure. Have you ever had a dog like that, Stacy?
No.
Good question.
I know lots of people who have seizure dogs and they're very good. They're actually so trained that they know ahead of time. They can sense it because dogs know they sense smells that humans aren't able to smell. And they know they can sense before a seizure comes and they're able to actually help that individual, and I was actually when I was young, I was at someone's house and they had a dog that was trained by police and one of the things they were trained for was seizures. And he knew ahead of time that I was going to have a seizure. And I had went unconscious. And when I woke up, I was in his mouth and he was moving me back and forth to try to shake me out of unconsciousness. So yeah, seizure dogs are great, but not everybody needs them. But for people who do need them, they're amazing. They're amazing.
So your life right now, is it pretty steady as far as health goes, or what are your biggest challenges right now? Are you
My
still?
seizures are controlled right now.
Okay.
I went back and forth like a roller coaster ride, but I tell people, the power of positive thinking can get you through a lot. Like we were talking about before.
Yes.
We were saying, how do we get out of that? And I was talking about accepting yourself, loving yourself. The power of positive thinking, getting those repressed feelings out of yourself. These are all steps in the book that I talk about that actually could help you,
Okay, so you have to go step by step. We have a caller. Yes, Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hi, Elisa.
Hey, John. Thanks for calling in.
Stacy.
Hi.
Wow. What an inspiring message you had.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a retired paramedic, but I work. So
Wait, John, your service is bad. Go near a window. He's saying he's a retired fireman. We know that. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Sir.
Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But we treated seizure patients, the whole time, and got into the physiology of that and how difficult it was, and all the hopelessness, and for you to get through that and be where you are, and it's just very inspiring. I mean, I was blown away. I was just listening to it. I asked, I got a call in to.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
So nice, John. So you're inspired by what Stacy's saying, and you'll love her book. I'm telling you, it's a great book. I'm reading it, and it's really like simple the way it lays it out. Like there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's steps. You just go through the steps.
Yeah.
Like this guy Robert in the chat, I think he's a fan of yours. He's saying she's the greatest coach, so she could be your life coach. So if somebody needs a life coach, which we probably all do.
I'm telling you, Stacy, what you described, because I've had my own challenges throughout my life, health-wise and addiction and this and that. But what you described and how you're getting through it and denial and all the phases of that is like a prototype of recovery.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is can work for any disease.
Yes.
And
I talk about that in my book.
I want to read your book. And
yes,
thank you.
I'd like to get in touch with you because
definitely.
I'm retired now, but now I have physical problems that I'm in denial about.
Really?
And yeah, absolutely. And it's very refreshing to hear somebody who's got through, because there's nothing, I can't imagine anything more frightening than a seizure disorder.
Yeah, a seizure would be horrible. Nobody wants a seizure. Exactly. It's horrible, John. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I got to tell you,
how she's overcome this and the natural methods of overcoming a lot of medical problems that nobody realizes. And I lean towards the natural cure. So.
Yeah, like an herbal cure. Yeah, exactly. Like Stacy. Okay, you guys are going to be best friends. I can already tell. Okay, John, I got to move on. I love you. I love you.
All right.
Thank you, John. I love
That's
you
John.
too.
He's a sweetheart. He's such a sweetheart.
Sounds like a sweetheart.
He's a chatty Cathy though. But yeah, he's a sweetheart. But yeah, I mean, you're inspiring people. So I do think I kind of need a life coach right now because I don't have any like confidence sometimes, like in certain things. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? And like, can a life coach just like be a yes man? Like, what do life coaches do? Like, what would you do? Like if you were my life coach and I was like, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Right. Like, how do you start with that? Like, how does a life coach start?
Well, first you got to talk to the person and you really need to understand who the person is, what they're suffering from, their goals and their objectives. You really need to understand who they are as a person. And you start slowly, you actually talk to the person and let
One second. I'm sorry, coach. Everybody's calling. What? You couldn't hold? Sir? Hello, Kermit and Friends.
Hello, hi. This is Lawrence.
Oh, hey, Lawrence.
I have a question for Stacy.
Okay.
Sure.
I've been like looking at YouTube videos about life coaches and stuff, and my question is: does Stacy prefer apples or sugar cubes?
Apples or sugar cubes?
That's your question? Why is that your question? Yeah, come on. Who is this? Come on. Okay, ask her another question. What is that?
Okay.
Ask her a better question. What?
What size saddle?
Cattle?
Yeah, saddle.
Saddle? So how would you even start with this guy? He definitely needs a life coach, right? So he should go to you. All right, thank you, sir. All right,
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, if somebody like that wants to waste your time, they should definitely be paying you. Yeah. So if they want to pay you to be their life coach, how do they contact you?
All right, so you go to stacychillemi.com. That's STACEY, and it's CHILLEMI.com. It's my first and last name. And you can go onto my website. It talks about my coaching. It has my books on it. It talks about my speaking. I do a lot of keynote speaking. I go in front of people and I speak to a lot of audiences and I do a lot of book signing. So, all the info is there. They can actually schedule an appointment and I could talk to someone. I even offer a free consultation.
Where are you? Where are you located, Stacy?
I'm located in New Jersey, but I work with people globally,
Okay. Oh, this guy's in New Jersey calling. Yes, Kermit and Friends.
Cool.
Yeah, hi. I would just like to ask Stacy. Stacy, how does somebody who's a person who's on disability, an alcoholic, 50 years old, living with their parents, and still trying to make it on YouTube, how does this person actually do it?
Well, first of
all, his name's
Bergs,
by the way. He lives in Washington
State. Who are you talking about? I know this is a personal vendetta you have against someone. Who are you talking about right now, Noodles?
This guy Bergs. I've known this guy for a while. I've been trying to be really positive to the guy, and he doesn't take any kind of advice whatsoever.
All right, I got an answer for you.
All right, she has an answer, Noodles.
I have an answer for
You're in tremendous luck. Stacy has an answer, so I'm going to hang up with you. You listen to what she has to say, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
All right, love you, Noodles. That's Noodles. I would say to Noodles, don't focus on that guy. He obviously doesn't like that guy. So I don't know why he's focusing on him, but what would you...
got it, baby. Listen, you gotta hit rock bottom. You have to want to change. If the person doesn't want to change, no matter what you say, no matter how positive you are, it's never going to happen. That person has to want to change.
Yeah, so you got to want to change. You got to want to turn your life around. Actually, our next guest, I think you're going to like. This guy, Mark Hughes, completely turned his life around.
Awesome.
Yeah, our next guest, he was like in prison, I think from robbing banks. Yes. So this is incredible. So everybody just say one last time how they can reach you through Stacy Chalemi. Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry.
Bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss.
You are inspirational and beautiful, Stacy. A lot of Kermitarians could benefit having you as a life coach.
That's true. I believe that. Like, I would love to have you as a life coach. Oh, by the way, what do you charge for being a life coach?
Well, I have different packages that I offer, and they're on the website. So it depends, like how many sessions you want and how long you want to do it. So everything's on the website. They can go on the website and find out all that information.
Okay, and Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
I'm everywhere. I'm on all the
You're
platforms.
everywhere. Okay, so just Google her, you guys. She was on Dr. Oz. She's a famous life coach. It's not hard to find her. Thank you so much, Stacy. You're amazing.
You're welcome.
You're incredible. I can't wait to finish your book, and stick around if you can, because you do not want to miss this. Mark Hughes comic. This is an unbelievable guy. Unbelievable guy. So Mark Hughes is a Canadian stand-up comedian that overcame a life of crime to become one of the best stand-up comics in all of Vancouver, Canada. Now, 16 years sober, Mark was once addicted to heroin and cocaine in his teens, which resulted in a crime spree that included convenience store robberies, a home invasion, and a high-speed police chase. After being sentenced to 9 years in prison, he was released after 5 and turned his life completely around. Wow, this is incredible. This is like something, this is amazing. Okay, so this is our next guest. Everybody, welcome to the show, Mark Hughes.
Hey, let me zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
If I came out of a seizure, Elisa, I hope you'd be there to give me mouth to mouth. Let's put it.
Well, it depends if you're like foaming. I don't think I'd like the foam.
No. We're not going to put you out. Nothing gross.
Okay.
Right?
Nothing gross, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. You know, I've thought about that sometimes. Like if someone was drowning, would I give them mouth to mouth? I don't know if I would or not. Depends who it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is he hot? Is she hot?
No. If they're hot, I'd be less likely to do it. No, I'm scared of hot people. I don't even like to be around them.
Never look in the mirror. Then, whoa, look at me, just coming in hot, right? Speaking of hot, yeah.
Yeah, you're coming in hot. Yeah, no, hot people definitely intimidate me. Like when I'm doing the man on the street stuff, like I'm much more likely to go up to like a homeless person, like a person that's almost dead, than someone thriving.
Okay. And
Yeah.
ask them for their number. They don't usually have phones, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, actually, a lot of homeless people I've seen recently have had phones.
Yeah, actually, that joke's out of date. I think the governments hand them out now in a lot of places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I walked past a homeless encampment the other day, and I saw somebody had a ring light.
Oh, jeez, they're TikToking in the homeless camp, right?
Yeah, the homeless people have caught on
that
you can actually make money, you know, live streaming and doing TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, they're fully equipped with like ring lights and selfie sticks and
you just hold out your cup, right? Like, hey, spare a super tip, or what do they call it? Super chat. That's what
super chat. Exactly. Yeah. I think everybody is seeing the ability to make money through these things, and they don't want to work. I mean, I don't. I was working in a 9 to 5 or even longer job where I was in finance, and I was just so miserable there. Have you ever had to do that, Mark?
Work jobs that I didn't want to? Yeah. When I first got out of prison, I had to do that because I was highly unemployable. So I had to do jobs that I was almost 28. And I had to do jobs that were meant for kids, basically.
Yeah.
Teenagers having their first job, having a manager who's younger than me.
Oh God.
Me and stuff like that. I didn't have very good work ethic when I first got out of prison. Let's put it that way. I got fired a lot. Not for doing anything like ethically wrong, just not being a very good employee and not, they'd tell me not to do things and I didn't like the way they would tell me to do it and conflict. And I'm much better now.
Nothing's as exciting as what you were doing before. I mean, once you're robbing a bank, what's better than that? I can't imagine.
Getting mouth to mouth. Here we go. Speaking of super chat.
Yeah.
Did you have a bad guy costume? Did you dress in all black and wear a ski mask?
Great question. Did you have a costume?
More than $3. My rate is more than $3 for the costume.
But did you wear like one of those masks like the robbers in the movies wear?
Depends. Well, I did a lot of crime, so it depends on the crime, depend on the day, depend on how fucked up on drugs I was, etc. Right?
Okay.
Some were not very well planned at all, and I was very intoxicated. And when do you live in LA, Elisa?
Yes, I do.
You know when you see the like super fucked up people, like on the street, and they're like,
of course,
right? I robbed shit, looking like that sometimes. So my disguise was a homeless person.
Real? Wait, you dressed as a homeless? Wait, where did you did this in Canada, though, right?
I was homeless. That's the joke.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was reading something else.
Yeah.
So wait. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about when you broke into someone's home. Okay,
Yeah.
Were you nervous about that? Because they could actually kill you and get away with it.
Yeah.
If you break into their home.
Well, yeah, that could have happened in Canada. Was I nervous? No, I was fucked up.
No. Okay. So you were like on heroin as you were
coming down off of it or in between shots or something. You know what I mean? Just not, if I wasn't completely intoxicated, the desire to get intoxicated overpowered nerves or inhibitions.
Wow.
Apparently,
Okay,
to turn your sound down, Elisa.
No, I just did. So wait,
Yeah.
so let me just ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were breaking into people's homes. You were on heroin. You were fucked
Stealing
up.
cars, robbing convenience stores, robbing jewelry stores, robbing smash and grab, all kinds of stuff.
And you were never worried or never nervous because you were fucked up. So you were able to do anything. And then you went to prison. And then after that, everybody knew that all the jobs you were applying for, everybody knew that you did that.
Well, they didn't. It wasn't so much necessarily that they knew I did it. It's that I'd never had a job before. So
Right.
It's like, what references do I have? What work experience do I have? And it's like, why are you 28 and you've never and you're applying, it didn't make sense. So I didn't necessarily want to lead with the criminal record, but it still looked funny.
Yeah.
And then some jobs back at the time when I was up, when I first got out of prison, it wasn't as common yet to do criminal record checks in Canada. Now it's a lot more common. So it was just starting to become a little more common. So I got hired and fired the same day once because of a criminal record check. So I got hired, and then they passed the papers, fill out these forms. One of them's a criminal record check. And I had decided when I got out of prison, I'm going to face life and look everyone in the eye and just head up high and not lie, not be greasy, not be sleazy. And I just told him, hey man, I got a record. And he goes, it's a corporate thing. We can't hire people with records. So didn't even put in 1 minute of work.
Okay. All right. So it was very difficult for you. Wow. Okay. So then what brought you to comedy? Did you have no other choice? Is that why people get into comedy? There's nothing else?
No, because there's no money in it. You can't make a living off of it. For the first, especially in Canada, you're looking at probably 10 years before you can even make any money at all, right? But why I got into comedy is because I finally did get a job. My life was fairly stable. I was paying rent. This took 7 years, by the way.
What was that job?
Just a data entry online thing, sort of customer service thing.
Okay, so you're good in customer service.
Okay, it wasn't necessarily it's sort of technically it's kind of a sales job, but I didn't have to do too much sales. It was more just making sure that the customers were happy with the service still. It was it was relationships. Long story short, it's a service that needs to be done once a year. So we have to make sure that we're happy in between servicing, if that makes sure. And I just sort of do the, hey, been been 6 months since your service. How are you? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So customer service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Client retention,
What was
client
Canadian
management.
prison like? Any crazy stories from the 5 years you spent there?
Okay, great. So, did you see that question? What was the prison like? Did people like try to hit on you in that prison?
Fun. It's like, the rapes, it was so great. I miss it so much, like getting all that attention. It's like I never had to pay for anything. Just people were handing me tobacco and food. I went through life in there like you do, Elisa.
Really?
And like people are just trying. There's putting me on their yachts in the shower and just like doing TikTok. No, it was prison sucks, but then you get used to it, just like anything.
Yeah.
And people think it's funny. You get these questions all the time, and I guess it's a fair question because people think it's all maple syrup and moose and beavers up here, right? But the prisons are just as violent as any American prison because it's criminals inside of them. Also, it's actually quite hard to go to prison in Canada. So if you're in prison, you're probably pretty violent.
Oh, wow. But you weren't really violent, were you?
Yes, I was.
You were violent?
Yes,
What was the most violent you got?
Holding a meat cleaver to someone's throat in the commission of a robbery.
Holding a meat cleaver to someone's throat. You'd be good for IRL, I think. Have you ever considered that?
What's IRL? In real life?
Yeah.
Or what is that, a show? Maybe
well, it's when you film yourself like going around. Like you seem pretty fearless. Would you ever do that?
No, not anymore. I'm reformed. Unless you're proposing, then we have to discuss the safe word. I prefer platypus personally. That's a nice safe word.
Okay, so you held a meat cleaver to
she's quite intrigued by this. Held a meat cleaver to someone's
throat, and then did you use the meat cleaver on their throat?
Because they cooperated.
And then if they didn't cooperate, like what's the next step?
Be bad boy, and even worse. It was pretty fucking shitty time in my life. I was a bad actor. I was a bad person. I harmed people. I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm not proud of it either. I never want to live like that again. I was violent. I needed to be locked up. The trend nowadays is to like get everyone's innocent because of trauma and racism. Let's let them all out of prison. I needed to be locked up for your good and my good. Right. And so I'm grateful for prison. Don't want to repeat it. I'm good. Got enough in myself. Because I was in and out since I was a kid. It was home for a long time.
Why do you think you were in prison so many times? Why do you think you were so messed up?
Because I came from a fucked up upbringing. I told you this when we were on Levyland. My parents are still alive, so I'm a bit limited in how much I'm willing to say.
But if they did so many bad things to you,
it's not that. It's just it's complicated, and they're in their twilight years. And I'll tell all once they're gone. But for now, it's just fucked up upbringing. Felt better in prison and on the streets and in drugs and criminals than I did at home. You guys can fill in the blanks if you want.
I'm assuming a lot of bad things.
It's not necessarily the stuff people might think. It's just some stuff was going on. I wasn't a happy kid and I acted out, and it just felt better to act out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound fine to me.
Can you tell us about the home invasion? Did you tie the family up? Hold them at gunpoint?
Well, a lot of kinky people here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in and with a mask and meat cleaver and
by yourself
with another person. And
you had a partner?
Yeah, and my husband. That's what we call them now. We don't need to use partners anymore. We don't need to hide no, just kidding. And yeah, we robbed them. Just give us all your money. Where's your purse? And
and were there kids in there? Were there any kids?
They were in the house. They were in a separate place. That's kind of what the final straw for me in my criminal life was, because I'd never really done anything quite that severe before.
Yeah.
And it as fucked up as I was, it kind of jolted me into like, oh, look what you're doing. Look what you're capable of doing. Look what you're willing to do now.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was shortly after that I got arrested and then incarcerated. And then while incarcerated, did programs, got clean, etc. and then got out and never came back. And which is to be clear, I couldn't stay out of prison before that. I was in and out of jail since I was 15, and I couldn't stay out for more than a couple months. And I've now been out almost 15 years, no arrests, nothing. Hey, there's Bob. Hey, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's watching. A lot of people are watching. People are fascinated by the story that you have here. A lot of people are calling in, and it's just so for like 15 years, you were in and out of prison. You were breaking into people's homes. You held a meat cleaver to someone's throat. Noodles was asking if they didn't comply, would you have used the meat cleaver?
Yes.
You would have.
Yes.
But you never used a meat cleaver before on someone.
Well, I'd used weapons before in other robberies and stuff like that, but this was the first time it was like someone's house I was doing that. Because normally before, when I used to break into people's houses, they weren't home. Right.
Okay, so you made sure they weren't home. That's nice. That's I think that's pretty polite.
I used to be thoughtful. I used to.
Yeah,
be
that's so polite. That's a good quality.
You like Icarus getting too close to the sun. I started taking liberties with life, right? So
yeah, it's so risky though, because those people, I mean, they really could have shot you. Like they really could have.
Police were outside the house when we left the house, and we almost killed a cop and almost got shot by cops. So. Yeah, because someone
you were shooting at a cop?
No. So what happened was someone in the house got on the phone and called the police. One of the kids that was in the other room called the police, and as we're leaving the house, there were police outside setting up a barricade, right? And we just plowed through. Cop dived out of the way because we almost hit him. He had his gun pointed at our car, and he was going to shoot us, and he dived out of the way. And yeah, it was crazy. That was gonna be a bad. It was already a bad night. It was gonna be even worse. It's just, I got caught like a month later. Yeah, they pieced it together through investigation and stuff like that.
And are you scared of being caught? Like, are you just in your apartment, like freaking out? Oh my gosh, they're gonna get me. They're gonna come in.
Apartment. I'm not that high class. I was a homeless junkie at the time. I was just sleeping wherever I could sleep. Yeah.
Oh, so you were always homeless the whole time, even when you were robbing banks? Didn't you get a lot of money out of that?
It's all on drugs, though. Heroin's expensive, Elisa. Not everyone just buys it for us, like some people.
Wait, so
cat heroin.
Wait, when you rob a bank, how much money do you get out of that?
Fuck all. It's like whatever, because you got to get out of there fast, and the way the machines are, they only spit out so much every 30 or 90 seconds. So you can't be in there collecting a whole bunch of it. So I didn't even get any out of the bank. I got a die pack.
Wait, when you robbed a bank, you didn't get any money out of that?
Then I got caught the next day. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It was aggressive panhandling. It was kind of a joke, if anything.
Okay, so you guys, if you're considering robbing a bank, obviously don't do that because you don't get any money out of it. It's like bullshit. All right, let's take some questions from people. Let's see. Charmin, I'm going to put you on with Mark Hughes. Amazing, incredible, interesting guy.
Wait, I really like your little anecdotes, right? Like Icarus got too close to the sun. You started taking risks. Aggressive panhandling. That's classy. What kind of programs did they give you in there that helped turn your life around? Because I heard you say you took some programs, you got out, you never went back. What helped you the most?
The main one is the one that is kind of secret that we're not supposed to talk about, that usually meets in church basements with lots of coffee. If you know the one I'm talking about.
I think I do.
It's beginning of the phone book.
Beginning of the phone book. And that helped you.
It has some, how many steps? 1, 2,
12. There might be
I think 13th. It's 12. There might be a 13th. For you, Charmin, there'll be a 13th.
I've heard of the 13th here. I think we watched it last year. It was very interesting.
You and I can get together and collaborate on the big book. And back in my bedroom.
You got some catchy little phrases. I like that stuff.
What's that? Sorry?
You got catchy phrases. I like that stuff.
Thank you.
I gotta get rid of Charmin right now because she just likes bad boys too much. She likes bad boys. Charmin, what are you doing? Come on, Charmin. No.
Hughes comic, Charmin. My DMs are open.
No, Charmin, no.
I give you permission to make all the toilet paper jokes. I am a politician on the ballot, and I think now is the time for a politician named after toilet paper to clean all this crap up.
If I was at your house, Charmin, you'd save so much money on toilet paper. My middle name's initial is B for bidet. Just saying.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, let's
you too, Lisa. Don't worry. I wouldn't leave you out.
Thanks.
Is it hard to meet women when you're known as the meat cleaver guy?
Great question. Is it hard to meet women when you're a bad boy like you are?
It's okay. Mixed. It's not as easy as some people think because I think, oh, all ladies like a bad boy, but it's not as hard as people would think. Sort of in the middle.
Yeah, because like if you rob a bank and a woman hears about that, she'd probably like it. But then when she finds out you didn't make any money doing it, she's not going to like that.
Deadbeat loser bank robber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely some bank robbers are making money.
Yeah, not when you're all fucked up on heroin like I was, though. I just, don't get high. Don't get. That's why they have like policies at work where you're not supposed to be intoxicated on the job, right?
Yeah. Did you ever get any like letters from women while you were in prison?
No, I wasn't that high profile.
Oh, that's too bad. You should have gotten more press. Okay, Cardiff Electric, you're on with Mark Hughes.
Oh, puppet, neat.
No,
that's not a puppet.
Cardiff couldn't make it today. I'm SJ Puppet.
Oh, hey, SJ Puppet. Do you have a question or a comment for Mark Hughes?
Being a comedian, have you ever trashed Stuttering John?
No.
No, he's one of the good ones, Puppet. He's not obsessed with Stuttering John like some people are.
Not like that loser, Bob Levy.
Levy's a national treasure.
Well,
sir.
he trashed Stuttering John recently. I didn't like that.
You didn't like it, okay? But you don't like Bob Levy? I mean, that's how I know Mark through Bob Levy. He's a great guy.
Well, he trashed Stuttering John recently on Uncle Rico. I don't like that. Surely.
All right. Okay, so some people are really obsessed with Stuttering John here. I don't know why. All right, let's take a question from High Pitch.
What was going on? So I don't know some of the references.
I know. Okay, High Pitch Eric, you're muted, but you're on with the comedian and very interesting guy, fascinating guy, Mark Hughes, comic. You want to unmute yourself so you can ask a question? There's Eric. I don't know if he could. Oh, there he is. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh. Hello.
Yes. Hey, Eric. You're on with Mark Hughes.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. What's shaking, buddy?
Nothing much. I want to say I'm a better comedian than you are.
Well, thank you.
And I've been a comedian longer than you have. So what made you do all this crime?
Well, I needed material to someday be able to catch up with you on how good of a comedian I could be. I knew one day I'd be a comic, and I knew this guy named High Pitch Eric would call while he's driving, and I was like, I need to be able to have something, right? My life was too boring to joke about.
Well, I'm a very safe driver.
I can see that you're shoulder checking. And you're white.
I'm a very safe driver. So let me ask you a question. So where do you live?
Canada, Toronto.
Just so you know, I'm an FBI agent, and if I ever hear that you do crime, I'll come to Canada and have you arrested.
All right. He's out of jail now at High Pitch. He's fine. He's good. He's a good boy now.
Mr. FBI. Can you imagine being arrested by that guy? You have the right. You couldn't take it serious. You'd be laughing while he's reading your rights, putting the handcuffs on. You'd be like, is this a child doing this?
Yeah. He's Eric. He's very beloved here. Yeah, he's a beloved guy. Okay, here's a guy, Hudson Jake, has a question for you. He's Hudson Jake. Go ahead, Hudson Jake.
How you doing? By the way, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
Who was your influence in the comedy business?
What's interesting about me with comedy is I didn't really know much about it before I started doing it. I'd only ever been to one live show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't. It was just something to do when I got when I was saying my life got stable. It was a list of things to try to do to just bring some excitement, meaning, purpose, gratification. So I tried volunteering. I tried concert promotion. I tried improv. I tried acting, and comedy was just on the list of things to do. And I started doing it, and I liked it. And I just 6 months later, I was still doing it. Now, who my comedic influences are: Dave Attell, Aaron Berg, Doug Stanhope, I'd say are the main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, people are saying about this, the stickers. Some of the stickers are like Nickelodeon stickers. that I got. So.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah, people don't like stickers on doors here for some reason. Okay, Kleenex, you're on with Mark Hughes.
Did you ever do any solitary confinement?
Yes.
In the hall?
Yes.
How long did you do?
I was in there. The longest I was ever in there for was like not 2 months, but longer than a month. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I was in one. One time I was in there for longer than that. It was like 90 days. Yeah, forgot about that one.
Did you have female guards there in Canada?
Yeah.
Were any of them hot?
Not back when I was in. It was like one out of a very
were
rare.
Were you a shop caller, or were you in a car? Or did you did you obey?
I was the water boy, if anything. I got the towels.
Did you wash cocks for socks?
Did I wash cocks for socks? No, it never got that bad.
I watched a lot of creepy questions, Kleenex.
His name is Kleenex.
Yeah,
it indicates what he's going to do after I answer these questions.
Do you know what applesauce is? Do you know what it is to call applesauce in prison?
No, what's that?
To make applesauce with a celly. You've never heard that? They don't use it.
Is that brew?
That's when you take a bunch of apples and you put them in your socks and you beat the living shit out of your celly with it.
Oh, we use soap in Canada.
My friend Elaine loves fellow Canadian comedian Jim Carrey. Mark, would you be willing to cosplay as Jim's characters for her?
Oh, that's a nice question. That's
okay,
true.
To get off the prison thing, I was in prison myself, CDC, California Department of Corrections, D75038 from 1987 to 1990. So my question is, Bob Levy punched out a local DJ out here, Danny Bonaducci. Are you aware of when he actually slapped him and he got the shit slapped out of him for that?
I think I read it somewhere.
Yeah, did he ever try to meet Danny again? And by the way, Danny looks like he's dying of cancer, so I don't think he should try to do it again. But did he try to slap anybody else other than Danny Bonaducci since you've known him?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
Well, sometimes, again, once a safe word has been discussed, I think Bob was willing to.
You have 15 minutes, 20 minutes as far as can be, because you haven't talked about, you've been basically like, we're getting your bio. But do you have like a good, strong 20 minutes, a good hour, a good 15 minutes?
I could do, I could do 45 if it's the right crowd. Yeah.
Do you tell jokes about your real life, or do you?
Yep.
So you talk about prison?
Yep.
And you talk about drugs?
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so you'll check them out. Just look them up, you guys. Come on,
YouTube,
everybody's interested.
I have all kinds of content on YouTube, tons.
He has so much content, you guys. This is a big comedian. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hey, Elisa, it's Gonzo. I just wanted to say Kleenex is just terrible appearance by Kleenex. I'm very disappointed in him. He's really lost his fastball. So
you didn't like his questions? I mean, he was relating to the guest. That was nice. I thought that was nice.
No, it was all boring. It's not the old Kleenex. You know, he's like an old dog that needs to be put down.
Oh, all right. So you didn't like
the heat, Kleenex. You're fucking up.
Kleenex. All right. So some people didn't like Kleenex's questions. Not everybody's gonna have a perfect question, you guys. It's hard to have a good question.
I thought they were okay. Yeah.
All right, here's Bimbo. She'll have a good question, right, Bimbo?
Yeah, hi. I want to know, when you were doing your robberies, was there like a crew of you guys who did it, or was it like a, one-on, sort of thing?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends on what year, what era, who was in jail at the time, who wasn't.
Right.
Oh, so it was a revolving door of like the cast.
Yeah, it's a very transient business robbery. It's a people. Sometimes they're always they can't seem to keep employees, so employee retention is tough. Yeah, so I had a partner. I had a street partner that that's what we called him. Guy I'd do crime with on and off from 1995 to 2000. But we weren't. Sometimes he'd be locked up. Sometimes I'd be locked up, et cetera, et cetera. And then I'd work with other people, or I'd do things alone, depending on who I knew, who was around. So there's always convenience.
So I guess you guys had like no kind of, like healthcare system where you all chipped into like your healthcare.
So we tried to unionize, but they would always scab, so it never worked. Yeah.
Thank you.
They say, here's some free heroin. We go, okay, unions are commie bullshit. We're not doing that. So.
Wow, everybody's so interested in you. Do you find that people are just so intrigued by your story?
Yeah, and I don't mind. One of the things is what's interesting is like we're talking now, and I don't mind this because this is we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get a bit too fast and loose in like day to day though, because they'll see one of my clips on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you're the prison guy. Then they have a litany of questions they want to ask me, and it's like I'm just trying to order a coffee. So now I have a policy: I won't talk about it unless I'm doing something like this or I'm being paid.
That makes sense.
Or it's to help someone.
Yeah. If it's to help someone, if it's like motivational speaking, do you ever do that?
Sometimes when I'm asked to, yeah.
Okay, cool. So for motivational speaking, for like a podcast, I mean, it's just fascinating.
If someone's like, I know a guy who just got out of prison, he's can you talk to him, tell him your story, tell him I don't know, it's not all about money,
right?
You know what I mean? But it's like it has to, I won't just do it. It's kind of like getting unsolicited sexual advances. It's like crossing the line, but it's hard, Mark, because when people do look you up, that's like the first thing they see. So that's like me saying like, don't bring up the Howard Stern show. Right.
Like you can't say that.
But you can in your personal life, day to day, you can just say, I don't want to talk about that. Tune into Kermit and Friends if you want to hear about it. That's what I do. Go check me out on Instagram. Go check me out on YouTube if you want to. I even have I have a couple videos where I tell my story, and now I'll send that to them, and it answers most of the questions they have too.
So are you like fuck that person if they just keep like asking, like if you're dating someone and they just can't get off the topic?
Yeah, because I remember I dated this one girl once. So this isn't the only one, but she's a good example. Like she couldn't stop asking me about prison and crime, and I said, I'm not your crime almanac. I'm not like here to tell you how to do crime and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Noodles make me a baby. Chicken, chicken, chicken.
Oh, people are in love with noodles. Okay, so you went on a date with somebody and they couldn't get off the topic. I kind of like understand that because a date is so awkward, and that conversation is a fun conversation. But you would.
She Googled me. It wasn't that I volunteered that. She Googled me and found all that stuff out. And it was like, and I told her, I said, okay, you Googled me. It's out there. It's public. Not much I can do about it. I would have preferred to tell you at my own pace, though.
Yeah.
Right?
So you guys, if you're going out with someone famous, this is a tip. If you're going out with somebody famous, whatever you Google, do not bring up the stuff that you Googled the person about.
Act surprised when they bring it up themselves. You go, oh, wow, I had no idea in 1997. Right.
That's right. That's right. That's an excellent tip, because at some point, people do find a famous person. They date that famous person. Do not read their Wikipedia or read whatever and then ask them those questions on the date. No. Anything you could Google, I would stay off that topic, right? So the best conversations with a date or a new friend is to something that you cannot Google. Here's Ski Mask Andy, I think another criminal. Hey, Ski Mask, what's up?
The only real criminal. This dude is by far the most boring. Like, how many criminals are there in Canada? There's like 7 of y'all?
Yeah, I'm the mayor. Criminals? I'm the mayor.
You're the mayor of what?
The criminals, all 7 of us.
Oh, okay. You're not very funny, bro. You're terrible. I'm a real criminal. So you're gonna get mad because a bitch looks you up, yet you're trying to market yourself as some whatever the fuck you are? Dude, you're boring as fuck. Tell me a joke.
No, you don't do that. You don't. Okay,
he's a comedian.
No, that's not how you do it, Ski Mask.
With that stupid ass, dumbass look, you look like the guy off of Mad TV. You fucking weirdo.
You look like
a pedophile, bro. You look like I think you're lying, bro. Produce some paperwork. I would paperwork check you and run your pockets. Show me the paperwork that says you're a bank robber and not a child diddler. Let's go, because I'm well known. Y'all big guys, I got you, didn't I? I smacked the shit out of you. Prove you ain't a child diddler. You shook now, huh? You shut up like a bitch, nigga. You talking to a real one. Show the paperwork.
You look like
paperwork, pussy. Show the paperwork, pussy, nigga. I'm famous. You'll never be nobody, nigga.
Okay.
He's more famous than you, Ski Mask. He really is.
Oh, he is? How big is his YouTube channel? How much money does he make? Why are both of y'all view botted? You got the deadest chat ever. Neither one of y'all is famous. Y'all are Howard Stern rejects. How much money you make yesterday, Mr. Internet Personality, Mr. Famous?
Wow. Are you okay, sir?
Man, I extort the shit out of your bitch ass. Corny ass Canadian.
You should come and extort me.
You're like the most boring ass fucking criminal ever, nigga. Canadian criminal. That's an oxymoron. Fucking
why you not have a shirt on?
You fucking nerd. Look how stupid you are with that comb
Can you not
over
afford
that
a shirt?
big-ass head.
Do
Look
food
how
stamps
stupid
not
your
pay for
big-ass forehead is. Got a big-ass forehead and no brains, trying to be a famous Canadian criminal. What do you got that dumb-ass, ugly-ass sweater on for? Fucking nerd.
All right. That's enough.
I mean, at least I have a shirt. That's all, you know.
The person with the shirt always wins, right?
I mean, he's showing off his bling. I guess that means he must be rolling in it or whatever.
Yeah, the funny thing is he's not even a comedian. He's just like, I don't even know what he does.
Does he call in a lot?
Yeah, he does.
Well, the thing is, he's asking me check my papers.
Yeah.
Google me.
Yeah, like you can't even Google him at all. Like if you Google like ski map
Your papers on the interweb. I'm going to extort you. I'm in a different state and country, and he probably can't cross. Come and extort me. I'm in Toronto, fucking faggot. Come and extort me. Come on.
Nobody extort anybody. We're just all having fun here. All right, let's bring on a nice person. Let's see if I have a nice person backstage. Oh, let's bring on this nice life coach, Coach Stacy.
Oh, there
Coach
we go.
Stacy, do you have a question?
These people are pretty fucked up. They need coaching.
How do I help him extort me?
Coaching.
Coach Stacy, how do I help him extort me better and show him my paperwork? I think he made comments on my hair too, and I look like a pedophile.
Use a little bit of style.
No, but seriously, Stacy, like this guy's done a lot. He's moved in his life. He was a bank robber. He robbed houses. He had a meat cleaver to someone's neck, and look at him now. He's a comic. He's successful.
Definitely.
It's incredible.
He changed his life around. I give you kudos, man. You went from one extremity to the next. Give yourself a pat on the back. You
Just
really
don't break your arm doing it.
No, don't break your arm doing it. Then you'll need a doctor.
Exactly. Okay, we have a caller. I think this guy's going to be nice. John. Yes, John.
A nice caller, no.
Oh, wait, 1 second, John. Just 1 second. We're getting another question. 1 second. 1 second.
5.55.
Hi, I am going to call in near the end of the show and tell you about my Howard Stern show experience.
Oh, cool. Hi, that'd be great. That'd be a great call. Yes, John. A question for Mark Hughes.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to agree with Gonzo. Kleenex's call was appalling. Kleenex wants to compare his prison experiences with other people. It's kind of weird. So Kleenex, just shut up and go away.
Oh, you didn't like Kleenex's call either?
No.
A lot of people didn't like that.
He's like, oh, I was in jail at one time. It's like, well, tell us what happened to you, Kleenex. It seems he was disappointed that your guest wasn't raped in prison, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, why was he disappointed about that? I thought that was very odd.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. But as to your guest, I listened. I listened, and I wasn't.
But what do you think of what Mark Hughes has accomplished? Since he had a rough childhood, he was in jail, in and out of jail, and now he's doing great.
I was listening, and until he talked about the meetings he goes to in the basements of churches, with the coffee and stuff, I wasn't sold. And so I am sold, and I congratulate him on his redemption. And what I would ask him, because that's what I did. We went different ways. He went to comedy. I went into the fire department. But
yeah.
When you got a chance to sit there and reflect on your behavior up until the time you changed your life, it was kind of funny. I know mine was, and I'm sure yours was.
Yeah, I mean, he probably talks about all this in his comedy, I would think. I mean, you take from your own life experience. That's what this one comedy teacher told me. They said, write what you know about, like write about who you are. Don't try to get other people's experiences or copy other comedians, because there's only one you. Thank you, John. Isn't that right, Mark? There's only one you. You're the only one. So just write about you.
Yeah. And then just tell and it doesn't necessarily, comedy doesn't necessarily need to be the details of your life, but just your perspective.
Right. Because you're going to have your own unique perspective that nobody else has. Yep. So is that the advice that you would give to people? Is that like write what you know about?
Truth. Tell your truth.
Your truth. Oh, speaking of truth, this woman has a very unique truth. North American Snow Queen. You're finally on. I know you wanted to get on. Sorry about that. You're finally on with Mark Hughes.
How you doing, guys?
Great.
Hello.
Yeah, I know. And of course, say about 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock today, we're going to be doing a show on my channel. I don't know what we're going to cover. So far, the guests have seemed very interesting. I don't know much about this coach person. I don't really buy too many self-help books because I can't afford to buy them.
Huh.
Also, in my eyesight, I don't know if I'd be able to keep reading them either because it would take me too long. I guess that's a question I'd like to ask about that for publishing is how do you make your books available?
No, wrong guest, Snow Queen. Wrong guest. This is Mark Hughes, the comedian, famous comedian.
Mr. Comedian. I happen to know some people that are comedians too, but I don't think they're have as rich of a history as you do. But no, what I actually did ask for Stacy is a question I'd like to ask, and maybe she can answer it later on.
About the book. All right, just tweet her. Just tweet her. You gotta stay on topic, Snow Queen. I appreciate you, plugging things here and everything, but just try to stay on topic.
Hey, Elisa.
Yes?
I do have to get going. I'm about,
okay.
I'm about 15 minutes behind.
Oh, okay, no problem. On 15 minutes? Okay.
Right, we'll see what the chicken lady, see what she has to say.
Noodles, my beautiful butterfly. Suck my titties, baby. Suck my titties, Noodles. Wink, wink, baby. Yes, suck my German titties.
All right. Okay, so sorry about that.
So what I wanted to say, as far as comedian goes, I guess the one question for a comedian is, how do you get started in the business? How did you get started in the business? Okay, let's start with that. How did you get into comedy?
Show up at an open mic and take it from there. And if you keep doing it for long enough, something will happen or not. That's about it. There's no real path.
Yeah, but how do you know if it's or not? Because
you don't. You just keep going,
Yeah.
and if you enjoy it enough, you'll just keep doing it, even if nothing's really happening.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
If you don't like it or not, you'll know if it's too hard, if it's not worth it.
Yeah, but it's worth it for you, right? Like, what makes it worth it for you?
I just enjoy it. I guess there's no other way to describe it. I just enjoy
You
it.
love doing it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about a lot of things. Like, you just love doing it, and there doesn't need to be any other reason, really. If you love doing it, you keep doing it. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's bring Wheezy. He'll ask a nice question. Go ahead, Wheezy.
I was just curious. I know you have to go, but I was curious if you ever had to stab or punch or hurt any of your victims.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You care to tell us what happened? Did you stab anybody?
No, not stabbing. I never had to go that far, but punching and kicking, and I did a lot of crime from 1995 to 2001, right? So all kinds of stuff happened, and there's blunt objects used and things like that.
Wow, you rascal! I'm glad you're much better now. Though.
It seems like he's better, but I wonder if there would be anything that would happen that would bring you back to that. Like, is there anything?
Using drugs again.
If you use drugs, so it's all about the drugs. Is that what it's about?
The drugs opens the door for other stuff, though, right? It opens the door for lack of morality, lack of caring, lack of compassion, etc.
Okay,
Right.
okay. So it's not exactly the drugs, but it lets you be more free to do those things.
And
It
makes you
sounds
more
like.
desperate, and then you want the drugs, and you're willing to do whatever. Blah 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 blah.
Wow. All right, Clarence, why are you complaining? Well, hold on. This guy is complaining
Because
backstage.
you know what? You give me 2 seconds, and everybody's like, "Ah, you're so boring. You're such a." Because I know you're gonna bam. You'll leave these ugly motherfuckers with fucking headphones and their head sideways. You'll have the dumbest cocksucker you can find on here for 30 minutes. I know I got about a minute. So how goddamn fucking interesting am I supposed to be in the 1 minute I'm always on this year? That's why I don't come backstage very often. I don't mind watching your show, but I don't like being on for 2 seconds and everybody talking about how much I suck, and you take the calls from Gonzo. Gonzo, you're not your old self. Yeah. Why?
Gonzo called in.
Because I'm trying to be nice. Okay. And like I said, this whole goddamn 2022, you never had me on more than a second, a fucking heartbeat second. So, I'm an old man. It takes me time to warm up. First of all, I don't understand that any successful person is going to have a career in comedy talking about prison. Because I'm telling you, motherfucker, I was there. There ain't a goddamn fucking thing that was funny about it ever. And so I thought, well, maybe you talk more about the drugs and your childhood and relatives, because prison is not funny. I can't think of one comic, and I listen to a lot of comedy, that talk about being in prison and how fucking funny it was.
Okay. You got me.
So it's amazing that you
Wait,
have
that's your problem right now? Is that
My
you don't
problem
think
is all the fucking hate. I'm on for 2 seconds, like, guys will call in on you, First of all, I'm in public. I stay in public so I don't raise my voice and get loud like I used to, because I know I'll get in trouble, My point is, you don't have to worry about me being backstage anymore in 2022.
If you want to look up an American comedian who talks about prison, look up Ali Sadiq.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, people laugh about jail and tell jokes about jail. I've heard a lot of comedians do jail jokes, but you said most of your, whatever, man. I'm not going to critique. I'd like to see your comedy.
Okay, they just leave it at that, Kleenex. I'll bring you back later. Just stay back.
YouTube. I have lots on my YouTube.
Oh my Lord. That was like crazy. He's just like judging your comedy. He didn't even see it yet.
I have an appreciation for your fans. Some of them think I'm a pedophile. Some of them think I'm they're going to go through my pocket. Some of them think I shouldn't talk about prison. Some of them want me to prove I've been in prison. Some people say Canadian prison. About prison. Oh, I'm so conflicted, Elisa. I don't know what to do here. I'm a Mormon. How about that? I'm going to be a Mormon missionary.
Listen, if people are going through hard times, I think they should laugh about it. That's when you need comedy desperately, when things are bad, like, even death or, divorce or all the hard things in life. Try to find humor in it and it'll help you get through it. That's what I think. So I appreciate what Mark has done. He's taken a bad situation. He's taken a hard life and he's made the best out of it. And now he's making people laugh. And I think, when you get to, I don't know if you believe, actually, are you religious?
Sort of.
I just wonder if there is such a thing. If you do get to like the gates of heaven, if they do realize that you did try to turn things around, do they notice that? Do they appreciate that? I would think so.
Here's hoping, right?
Yeah, let's hope for both you and myself.
I do have to get going because I am running. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us on Kermit and Friends.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, Mark. What a great guy. Okay. He was nice, right? Did you guys like him? Everybody gave me such a hard time during that. And I really don't like my new headphones because it flattens my hair. So 2 bad things happened. But anyway, I believe in redemption, right? I forgive people, even this guy, even Ski Mask Andy. Andy, what was that? What was that? Why are you complaining?
You're the most unfair communicator, for one. How are you going to hang up on me and then the guy gets to start insulting me for 20 minutes or however, a couple seconds or whatever he did? Why'd you hang up on me and then I can't just sit here and let him talk? He was scared to talk, Elisa.
Well, okay.
You had to hang up. No, I'm going to do it to you. Let me stop. I don't want to do it to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I am very stressed right now. Okay. I started the show and somebody hacked into my computer. That was bad. I have these new headphones. They're flattening my hair. That is bad. I have a guest that I'm trying to have a good experience on the show. And
that's not your responsibility. That's not you're giving him a
Yes, it is.
No, you're letting him use your platform. It's his responsibility to have a good time, be entertaining, create some appeal and whatnot. That dude, once again, for one, I don't call into your show all the time. This is 3 times I have. I'm undoubtedly more famous than any of those guys. You can't Google Ski Mask Andy. My real name, I've been to prison in 2 states. That dude was like some weird, corny Canadian. I didn't even know they had real prisons up there.
Wait, so if I Google
these people?
Well, okay.
Google my real name. Ask the chat. The whole chat in here knows me. The whole real chat, not the 400 view buds.
No, but I'm saying that guy's famous for comedy. I understand you're famous for prison. That's different things. It's better to be famous for comedy.
Look at the chain I just bought yesterday because of my viewership. You know how much that cost?
I can't imagine.
So the point is, you had one of the most boring criminals, and I guess he makes jokes about prison. Furthermore, the other guy you just had on, the whole time you had me back here waiting to rejoin, I gotta say, that other old guy who's talking about prison, those dudes on your Discord are the biggest fucking creeps ever. I remember that Kleenex, I remember Noodles. I only joined your Discord so that you bring a fucking fathead on here. Oh, I got ambushed. What's up, pedos? You guys are making rape jokes on the Discord.
No, they're not.
I beat you don't. Yeah, they were. They were talking about being cavemen and taking pussy. I literally expressed my disgust and left the Discord.
First of all,
this dude looks like he's still in prison with his orange shirt and his cinder block wall.
Want to be G? I got out when I was 29. You're still going back.
Pedo core.
All right, stop. Ski Mask, please stop.
You got to kick me again. Kick me again. What'd you bring him on for? Here you go. 3 against 1. I'll still body all of y'all.
Are you you're just screaming. You're not letting anybody else talk.
I'm the communicator here. You're not gonna bully me 3-on-1 and expect me to be quiet and listen.
No, but if I bring on those guys, you have to let them talk because you're just.
Don't. I came on here to talk to you. If we're done talking, I'll leave. Have a good day.
I'm the bad communicator. Just curious. All right. Anyway, after this show is going to be a wrap-up show. Okay. Hudson, Jake, what do you think we should talk about on the wrap-up show with Wheezy?
This show's crazy. Sorry.
That's okay.
This show is crazy. Dude. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm nervous too. I'm nervous too. I get it.
I actually have autism, so it makes I've tried not to think about it, but sorry. Breathe. Sorry. But I'm glad to be on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm really happy you're on. So this is what's happening, right? So I have a big day ahead of me. Such a big day, Jake.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed too. I don't have like I want to talk to Stacy more actually because I don't have a lot of confidence. I just start doing. And I believe in doing, right? So for like 3 months, I was like, oh, I want to like interview people on the street. I didn't start till just recently. And I'm so happy I did. And I think like you coming on the show and participating and being in the wrap-up show and meeting all the people and being in the Discord, that's doing. And that moves things along, right?
Yeah.
So if you hesitate and you don't do an action, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're right.
So action, no matter what it is, if it's going to a class or learning something new or making a friend or reaching out to someone, you'll always win in that, Jake.
Hey,
and you could have a risk like Mark, like some people said, like Caleb said, like Mark should be unhappy being on the show. I loved Mark on the show. I thought he was very honest. And I think Mark is great. And he has
Sorry to interrupt. I'm not trying to interrupt, but
that's okay.
Let me tell you, I've not spent prison time, but I spent mental health time. I was sent to a mental health facility twice. One, the first time was because they put me on Prozac and Ritalin together. Uh-oh.
What's that? Hello? What was that? Oh my God, it's somebody's penis. All right, I'm kicking that guy. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, it wasn't you. It was a guy's penis, and I kicked him. Wow.
By the way, I've sorry for my stuttering problem. When I get nervous, I start stuttering. So.
You have no reason to be nervous. You're a very nice guy, and you're very cool, and you're Hudson Jake on Twitter, and you're going to be on the wrap-up show with Wheezy, and you're going to make so many friends, and it's going to be great. Don't worry about a thing. You are fabulous. Okay, you are fabulous. I like you. I love you. And I think you're great. And I like your glasses and your headphones. I like your headphones better than I like my headphones.
Yeah. And also, if we have any truckers out there, they know what that flag is for.
Okay, you're a trucker too? All right, that's great. That's terrific. Okay.
Trucker kid. My dad was a truck driver for 55 years, but we'll talk about that later.
We will get to that on the wrap-up show. Let's hear from Wappy Flanker. Let's hear a song from Wappy Flanker. And then I'm going to talk about what's going to go on the wrap-up show today and everything else. But for right now, let's hear a new song by Wappy.
Treasures in a deep blue sea, golden green, it speaks to me. Golden dream reality, set me free. Hold on, feeling like a million, so strong, breaking through the ceiling. Hold on, free. Hold on, feeling like a million, so strong, breaking through the ceiling. Hold on, feeling like a million, green just like a million, gold just like a million. Feeling like a million, breaking through the ceiling. Feeling like a million, green just like a million, gold just like a million.
Make sure you check out the new song on SoundCloud.
So right now, Lane is taking off her top, and she's changing her bra. She's taking off a bra. She's I'm not looking. You have 3 nipples? No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop. You have 3 nipples? What do you mean 3? Actual nipples?
Yeah.
Where? I don't see the 3rd one.
It's there. I'll show you.
I don't
later.
see it.
It's there for most of my life. Well, when it appeared probably when I was a teenager.
And were you surprised when you saw it?
Yes.
And like, do men like? Are they attentive to the 3rd nipple?
They feel like they have an extra.
So they're happy with you. No wonder why all these guys like you.
That's not why.
That's like having 2 vaginas.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we're fine, thank you.
Oh, this is
I just found out my friend had a 3rd nipple. It was just a little bit of a surprise. All right.
It's
You ready to model it?
It's definitely too small. Yeah. Cause look.
Let me see. Oh, that looks good because it's
It's too small.
You gotta push your boobs into it. It's a push up. It's a push up.
Yeah, but it's too small.
Okay, that looks pretty good. But you have to put your boobs in it.
Yeah, but look.
No, you put it in. Take that boob and you mush it in.
Yeah, but I want something looser.
You want something looser with a loose bra?
Well, not so tight. It's pushing it out.
Now what's happening? All right, so what's happening now is Elaine is trying on a larger bra because the other bra was too small. So now we're going larger. So what size is this bra, Elaine?
I don't know. What size is this one? B36.
B36. So that means it's wider.
It's a 36C.
So that means that it's bigger and wider. Okay, because the number is the like rib cage size.
This has
All right, this looks good. This looks good. All right. This is good. You need underwear though. You don't. It's not a full look. All right, can you do it sexy? Can you walk? No. Can you do a runway walk? That's okay. All right, that looks good. Okay, I think you should do that. Yeah, they were wrong about this. They were wrong. All right, well, we have. What's that? No,
I know. I mean,
that's like something I'd wear to the gym.
But I need something.
Oh, you need like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the one that I'm okay. So camera. This one's 56. Okay, thank you.
$56 or 56 what? Oh, $56. All right, it's an expensive place. I don't think this is the place we actually meant to go.
I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'm a shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'm a shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss.
Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Eric the Dream Giver, formerly known as Eric the Go Guy. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, wow. Okay, so thanks for joining us. We're going to have our wrap-up show pretty soon. What do you think we should talk about on there?
I'm not really quite sure what a wrap-up show is. I got a bunch of people kept commenting on my chat saying I should come on your show and just kind of tell my story. I have a so I'm a person with disability. I have a TBI. I've been disabled since I was 2 years old. I fell on my head when I was a child. I don't really know what happened. I did talk to a psychic and said that I fell down some stairs and my mother didn't realize I was hooked for a while. But that's just a story that a psychic made up. When they went in my palm. I don't know. It seemed like more of a close, which I didn't even tell her that I it didn't tell her nothing. She just read my palm like, oh yeah, you have a TBI, yeah, blah blah. You filming your child, and I'm like, what? You know.
All right, so we'll discuss that and all the other things that are happening. So basically, today has been a great show. We had some amazing guests, Coach Stacy and Mark Hughes. What I'm hoping is going to happen is that the wrap-up show will discuss those guests, right? Right, Bimbo? So that'll be great. And then they'll go over some lesson. What was that, Bimbo?
I said, okay, but I actually wanted to challenge Minnie Manson to a song today, but I guess that'll have to wait for another time.
You want to sing a song right now? All right, you can sing a song.
No, I wanted to challenge Minnie Manson because he is the superstar.
I mean, that's up to you where and when you do that. I mean, why do you want to do that? I don't understand. Like, who cares what Minnie Manson's doing? That's how I feel. But
okay, because last week during the wrap-up, he actually challenged me. He says something about how he has more talent than anybody on the internet, and I says, "Oh, really?"
Biohazard sperm. I would do it now, but he's not here. So let's just focus on what's happening. Like Kleenex is upset. Obviously, he's very upset and sad. And we don't want.
No, I'm not sad. I'm not going to kiss your ass anymore. My wrap-ups, my recaps on Monday, I'm going to start frying your ass. I've been trying to do things your little way, trying to be all nice and stuff, and give you credit even when you're dropping the ball, trying to be just real sweet and innocent. What did you always tell me? There was a guy that died. Be more like Stu. Be more like Stu. No. You know how you get your attention? Not one time have you ever retweeted one of my recaps. And how many have I done in 2022?
I liked your last recap. I thought it was very nice. You did
because you did a good job last week, and I actually finally saw humor in Minnie Manson, and I got better things to do, EJ. I'm only backstage because people keep telling me, you're not ever on the show, you're not on the show. Well, yeah, because I end up spending the whole show backstage. Look, I don't need to be on your show. I enjoy doing the recaps, but I'm going to start frying you when you fuck up, okay? You didn't really fuck up today. The point was I was not trying to battle the guy that was stand-up comedian. I was trying to battle Gonzo, and the people are like, oh, you suck every time you're not the good guy, you're boring now. I was battling them. I'm not upset with you. I'm not crying about you. I just was amazed that he could have a stand-up career of doing comedy, talking about prison. Because, I watch a lot of comedy. I've never heard anybody making prison funny. That was my point. But I always have to be rushed because I have to talk so fast because I got 2 seconds to get it. If I can calm down.
So just say what you have to say. You should get it all out.
Dude, I know how you are since 2022. I got like 2 seconds to get
my hands are up. I'm not touching anything.
My point is, I'm 61, almost 62. It takes me a while to say what I'm trying to say without stuttering. And I always feel rushed. Look, I've been saying for weeks and months, you're doing a great job. I'm going to be honest, EJ. The only reason I watch this because you're on it. You can take the worst guest and still make it good. You took that horrible guest you had on for an hour that I thought was probably the worst show you've done this year, but you still tried so hard, and it was still good because of what you were doing. But I did say I'd like to see you do guests when you have really, like the woman you had, the life coach, she was great. You could have had her on for 2 hours. And I
thought she was great. She's still here. She's very nice. And she's in
2 hours and never even said, hey, can I talk to her? She was great when she first came on. But, once her engines were going and when she was getting more comfortable, she did a great job. I got one question real fast. Why do you not want to do have Marty, whatever her name?
Who?
The woman that was at the pool. She's on with the Glenn Beck's, or she's on.
Oh, you mean Chrissy Mayer?
Christy, I can never remember her name. Why don't you want her back?
It's not that. It's just I know that like.
Is it because her tits are nicer than yours?
What?
Is it because she has nicer tits than you?
I just don't like asking people to come on the show over and over.
Why do you do this stream and keep showing Elaine? Elaine's a blast, but why do you? Come on. Show yourself. Stop filming Elaine.
Oh, stop. Kleenex, you're just like, you don't get it. You don't get anything.
I don't get it.
You don't get it. You don't.
Because I'm going to tell you, I like Elena. It looks like you're making fun of her.
I'm not.
Well, that's how it kind of looks. You know, the whole thing with the beach and, you know, showing her shit stains. You know.
What do you mean we have fun? You don't like me having fun with a friend?
Fun, but why do you got to show her in the dressing room?
This is bullshit, Kleenex.
Yeah, if I disagree, I'm
Kleenex is a crazy old son of a bitch.
Gonzo.
So
Anyway,
Kleenex, you know, you're like being weird right now.
Oh, I'm just trying to say, I'm not trying to beat you up. I wasn't trying to beat up your guest. Okay, you're doing a great job. You look marvelous. Don't worry about it. You do better podcasts. I watch podcasts all kinds. You're better than most of them. Okay.
All right, we're getting a caller, Kleenex. Let's just hear this caller. Yes, Kermit and Friends.
There we go.
Kermit and Friends.
Kleenex.
Who's this? Oh, God, Harry.
John Taylor. What John Taylor? Yes, John Taylor.
You know, Kleenex, you're ridiculous. Okay, you're talking about Elisa and this and that. You're a victim, and you attacked the comic, and now you're saying, oh well, I was going after those guys that were talking about. You're full of shit, Kleenex, and you're talking about Elisa's dress. Really?
It's so like basic. He's just
You're
so
disgusting.
yeah.
You're disgusting. Go the fuck away. Go back to your wife. Supposing you have one, and get a fucking life. You know, you're going to attack her because she's having a show. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying. God, just
your
trying.
Standards, Kleenex, and you were upset because the guy didn't get banged in prison like you did.
He was upset about that. It's true. He was upset about that.
Get the fuck out of here, Kleenex.
It is weird.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
So on Elisa's behalf, because she's too nice to tell you that, I just came on to tell you that. Fuck you, Kleenex. Go the fuck away.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what you had to say. You've been in prison. Wow, big deal. And you have zero credibility criticizing Elisa about anything that she does.
Thank you.
And talking about her body, you talk about your body.
Yeah, talk about your weird body. Yeah, exactly.
So that's it. I'm done.
Thank you, John. That was I love you. That's a very nice supportive call. Yeah, Kleenex. I mean, I'm just trying here. I mean, it's not easy to have a good show, right? So on the wrap-up show, it should be pretty good today. We're going to be talking about Mark Hughes. We're going to be talking about Stacy. We're going to promote her website and her book. Maybe she'll even come on the show to talk about her book more. And then I would like to talk about Kleenex and why he's so upset with me. I mean, why would Kleenex be upset? I'm trying to entertain people every week and he has some kind of problem with it. I mean, Corey, you have a show. Do you ever have people that are unhappy with you?
Oh, hell yeah. I got more haters than likers.
Yeah. What do you do with those people? How do you handle that? Because it's very difficult. I mean, I'm telling you, Kleenex, I mean, I've been entertaining this guy for like 7 years and he has a problem with me. And
I feed off this shit anyway. One thing I wanted to come on because I just wanted to say hi. I finally have a Sunday off.
Oh,
so
good.
I thought it's been a while. And as far as Kleenex,
please hold him.
And Kleenex, how about your man titties? How about your man tatas over there? Come on, you're not really too much to boot about over there, but and there's Kristen Mayer. I got familiar with her through you, but I've seen her in Alex Jones. She has her own segments in Alex Jones. She does segments.
She's terrific. She's terrific, but I don't ask people on more than once. If they want to come back, they can. But I don't want to bother Chrissy Mayer and say, "Hey, Chrissy Mayer, you want to come on the show every week?" You know, like I'm not going to do that. People want to be a part of it. I let them be a part of it. If they don't want to be a part of it and they don't want to come on every week, I totally understand that. It's hard for me to do anything like every week.
One thing is she's a very busy person. She does her
own
Alex Jones. She tours. She does comedy.
Exactly. I don't want to bother her. Exactly, Corey. You have to have some respect for people.
I've been in her cast and I've been in there asking, what does it take to get on? Because I find myself a lot of
Corey, shut up.
Similarities with her because I'm an Alex Jones fan. I would like to talk to her about that. She does stand up. I do improv.
I like how you keep saying how I'm
share a lot of
attacking
similarities.
You know, I think that you love to try to keep saying
I'm not going to bother her over and over.
It makes
She's a very busy
look
person.
bad and complaining about. And first of all, you didn't do 7 years. You did a year. You've been back a little over here. Okay, I've been entertaining this community for 7 years. You took a big long hiatus. So let's get the facts straight. You haven't been
Are you
on
talking to me?
solid for 7 years.
I don't know who he's talking to. Who are you talking
you.
to?
I'm talking over him because he won't shut up. So you haven't done 7 years of broadcasting. You did a year, and you've been back about going on 2 years. So you're coming up on 3 years of doing a podcast. Okay, I'm not attacking you. I'm not talking about you. I just got through saying you even can take the worst guest and make them interesting. The only thing I'm complaining about is you give me 2 seconds, but you leave somebody on ad nauseum. I wasn't complaining about today's guest. I wasn't trying to insult the guest. Okay, now if you need a bandit and somebody to hate, have fun, EJ, because you know what? I'm close to death. I don't care anymore.
All right, just hold that thought. I'm just going to call her Kermit and Friends.
It's Lisa.
Hey, Kay.
Hey. So I'm so like stage fright right now. I don't want to tell the story, but so I have a list, so I can keep it short. Let me get to my list real quick. So actually, I submitted it with the like a media file with the donations, so I don't know like if it plays that media file, but that doesn't really matter right now.
Wait, you sent me that? You sent me the donation, the $5 donation?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Kay. That's so generous of you. And I'm sorry. Yeah.
It had a $3 or $5 minimum for media, and I really wanted to play a song. And also, I didn't want to interrupt the show and talk about like to be like I'm gonna call. So I was like, it was the only way I could really interrupt and say I was gonna call in the show because he said you had a lot of callers.
I'm sorry about that. I would have played that song. The only thing was, so I appreciate that. I have to figure out this whole donation thing because the songs like are great and I love the songs. I have to figure out how to do that. But I appreciate you donating and I just appreciate you in general. And I know you were very sad last night. And are you feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really sad. I do a lot of work and so on the side, and so I was just really kind of overwhelmed with the gravity of it all.
Yeah, life is overwhelming, right?
Yeah, especially when you're trying to make it work for others.
Yeah, but you've been doing so great. I heard you on Wendy's show last night and you said you were lonely and that you just wanted to talk to somebody and you were crying. And, we're always here for you. We love you. And everybody's a fan of yours here. Okay. You realize that?
Yeah. So I was thinking of Wendy. So that's actually why what led me to what happened. So because I've been going on Wendy's live streams, so I have somebody to talk to in the middle of the night because she's always there at the same time I'm up, which is rare for anybody. And she just stays up all night long with me, so that's really cool. So anyway, I was all the way in the morning, and she's like, "Well, hey, I gotta go." The Howard Stern said I had to come on and talk to them. So I was like, "Oh," and then so I was like, "So you're on an actual show?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I never listened to Howard's show. I've never listened to Howard's show before, and I had heard that Wendy was really good on it, and I had never seen her, so I wanted to hear her. So I tuned in for the first time, and then after she was done with everything, and it was kind of a long show, I continued to listen to it a little bit, and then I was like, I was like, well, maybe I'll just call in because the reason why I interviewed with you the first time was the main thing I wanted to say that you posted on Twitter that was like Albert Einstein is back in New Jersey. And so I was like, well, I really want to say that to people, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just call Howard Stern, and so anyways, I was like, the person answered, and they hung up on me when I said I told them I was Albert Einstein, and then they hung up on me, and I was like, well, that was kind of rude, and then I called, and I was like, I waited about 30 minutes to an hour, and I was like, well, let's try it one more time, and I called again, and then they hung up on me again, and I was like, damn, that's so fucked up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Howard Stern hung up. Don't worry about that, Kay. Don't worry. Just keep calling.
I'm not worried about it, but I just want to tell. I don't expect people to believe me or listen to me, but I kind of was interested in hearing. I don't know, seeing what I don't know. I was like, I thought it would be an interesting conversation for Howard. And I would love for her to make.
Listen, they have their own schedule. I totally understand why Howard doesn't pick up on everybody, just because, it's difficult. You have a format of how you want your show to be.
I get that. That's fine. That's great. I mean, like you can do whatever he pleases, but they could have just said something. But like, that's not really like they could have said something. But that's just really rude. Just hang up on somebody. Like,
So they hang up on people all the time. They hang up on people all the time. And it's not just you. And it's just, it's hard to run a show. It is, Kay. And I'm sorry that you felt like they hung up on you.
It would take less time for them to I mean, it would take 3 seconds to be like, just say not interested, like 2 words. Like, that's how you be a human being. I don't care how famous you are, how busy you are. I expect you to be a human being, and the people that work for you. If you're gonna be a big, fat, famous, rich person, you're gonna like treat people with the common decency of like being a human. And I know I'm not personally special, but like this, I mean, I if that's what they do to people all the time, then it's a good thing I'm talking about it. Because he's the #1 show on. I mean, he's basically the face of Sirius XM, and so so if he does it to you all the time, this is something I'm going to work on.
Right. So I know why he doesn't pick up for some people and why he hangs up on some people. It doesn't have anything to do with you not being a great caller or fabulous and fantastic. I mean, even Gonzo, who's like the top Howard Stern caller, they hang up on him. It's a fast-paced environment, and they have to fit in things. And even if they want to fit you in, sometimes they can't. And I'm sorry, Kay, that's just life.
So what I'm saying, so they could actually like empower it, like make the show way more powerful, and have some kind of automation system where they route you to another service. I mean, seriously, these people have money, and it's Sirius XM, which makes so much TV money. And he's like literally the person that they advertise for on Sirius XM. So they can have some other kind of writing system to send you to, so you could at least just like get it to somewhere else if they thought it was even if they thought I was joking or whatever. But I mean, somewhere to like at least make sure people aren't wasting their time, and maybe you could be missing out on people and you'd be wasting your time if you're actually missing out on people. And I mean, I'm like, I don't want to seem like I'm not trying to say, I'm not saying I'm special or it was a big deal. It's obviously not a topic that could really be for a comedy show, but like, I mean, but
Okay, can you just hold on the line 1 second? I just got a call. I'm just curious. Just 1 second. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you? Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Oh, thank God. I just wanted you to hang up on that dumb bitch.
Oh, stop. She's great.
Didn't work, nigger.
Oh, God. Wait, how do I go on the other call? Oh, Kermit and Friends, how can I help you? Oh, they hung up. All right. Sorry, Kay. Oh, sorry. I hung up on her, too. Listen, don't worry about who picks up and who hangs up. I'm not in a bad mood. Kleenex, why are you, like, picking on me today? Why are you picking on me?
Because you started picking on me, and you do torture your audience when you're not having a good time.
I'm having a good time. I am having a good time. Don't tell me if I'm having a good time. I am having a good time.
You sound more like your mother. I mean, come on. You just started the show saying what a rough time you're having.
I never said that. I did not say that.
Okay. What did you say?
I didn't say that. I am having.
You got so much to do, and
I have so much to do. So what? I like having a lot to do.
And it's like, oh, okay. So let me ask you a straight question: why do you torture your audience with these calls and these?
Why is it torture? I thought that was a fun call.
It's torture. Come on.
I don't think it's torture.
Oh,
it doesn't seem like torture.
First of all,
you're being tortured by watching Kermit and Friends.
Pay jobs. Come on, man. You play stupid with me. You can't outwit me, bitch. You're never gonna outwit me. I know you think because I'm young and I'm pretty, I'm smarter than you think. No, you're not. K-Jobs is great when she's on camera. She slows down. Nobody could understand a word she was saying, but you kept her on.
I'm just getting calm. Just curious who this is. It's Canada. Yes, Kermit and Friends.
We need Mini Manson.
Are you like Mini Manson? I don't feel like I need Mini Manson. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hey, how you doing there? Wonderful.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I just wondered, what's up with this Kleenex guy? I mean,
he's pretty annoying, but he's very passionate. He has a lot of feelings. He takes things too seriously. He has a good wrap-up show. He really does, actually. I enjoy his wrap-up show. He plays the show, and then he talks about it. I think that's great. But he is really acting weird right now.
I was trying to bring you some of the beauty. I'm smack dab in the middle of the California redwood forest.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you come back on, I'll put you on. I just, I want to try to get to the wrap-up show eventually.
I understand.
But you're great. Thank you.
Just all right. Best advice I can give you, because I've dealt with trolls for the last 2.5 years. Some shit like that. Let it go in one ear and out the other.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hi, I just wanted to say that Kleenex is bizarrely entitled to your attention. Like he thinks that, like for some reason, you owe him something, and the word.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Wait, hold on. Let's hear what he has to say. Hold on. I like this caller. What did you say, sir?
Word nigger.
What?
The word nigger.
What about it? The first part of the call was good. But anyway, Kleenex, that is true. You seem like very entitled. I just want you to enjoy yourself and have fun.
Slow down. They're trying to get you strikes, okay? Those N-words are going to get you strikes. You know that. You can lose the channel. And I know you got 3. Okay, okay, you're going to cry when you lose a channel. You keep letting the N-word fly, okay? Now, you need to go back and have Leaf show you how to edit the N-word.
All right, these are not things that you talk about on the show. Don't you get like fourth wall and that means nothing to you?
Did I ever claim to be an actress or an actor?
All right, what ski mask? What? I want to see
it. Man, this double agent here. Can you stop fucking creeping her out? 60-year-old dude talking about her tits and everything. You're one of the Discord pedos. And by the way, for one, he is right though. The calls suck. Your audio's horrible. You can't really hear the caller. So he was right about that. Looking like Richard Kluklinski over there, by the way. Iceman, how you doing? Mr. Been to prison 30 years ago and still thinks that's a claim to fame. Oh, Elisa, where do you find these professional criminals?
I'm sure you're going.
Professional
can we talk
criminal
about how you beating down women on with this
with your old ass watch? What is that? What is that?
You beat down
Devco or something?
How many times?
I'm just gonna ask Wheezy a huge favor. I think right now. Well, he's not going to like this favor. Wheezy, my favor is, can you put these people on the wrap-up show?
Yes, I would love nothing more. If you remember correctly, I'm here because of Kleenex being a dickhead. Like
I meant Ski Mask Andy.
Oh, yeah. He's welcome. But the whole reason I'm here is because Kleenex is in his entitlement that he even went into your building, which promoted me to call. And yeah, I mean, these guys are very, very interested in hearing themselves talk.
Yeah, let's just put them on the wrap-up show. So like Ski Mask Andy and all the other people that want to just like talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Great idea.
This guy's cool, right? He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I love Eric. He's great. I love Hudson Jake. Yeah,
great. Hudson Jake. We have some new cool people. Ski Mask, go on the wrap-up show. I don't get your problem, the Ski Mask guy. Just go on the wrap-up show. You could talk and talk and talk and talk there. Why not?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Ski Mask.
You know what? I'm just going to type in the chat because it's far more effective to just communicate directly with the people that are going to pay attention.
I'm paying attention, but like, no, I'm paying attention. I'm just curious, like, what do you want to express?
Every day. Hold on, Elisa. Do you think I'm making up the fact that I'm a professional entertainer and I make money doing so? So I'm actually gifting you. You should probably pay me like $260 at this rate for the amount of appearances I've made. I should have been charging you. Literally, the only clips from your show are with me coming on. There won't be a clip on YouTube of this. I mean, I might have got a clip for roasting whatever, but your hair doesn't look bad, by the way. Stop letting the 60-year-old dude simp on you in some weird, creepy, like daddy-daughter way. You look like you ain't got laid in a while. You need to get dick. I saw your IRL too. It wasn't bad.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. You was riding with a girl in a car. I watched y'all have a conversation. It was, I didn't stick around that long. I just checked in.
Thanks.
The last time you got any action was when Captain Content was going down on you, muff diving. Was that the last, or you got a boyfriend over there?
No, that was the last time.
Yeah, I'm never gonna join your wrap-up show, but I'll try to come back on next week. You got to get better guests though.
All right, you want to help me book guests? I thought the guests this week were great.
I don't book guests. I'll check in, and if you got any interesting guests, I'll join. But whoever Wheezy is, good luck to him. The other guy, that Iceman looking dude, definitely a pedal cord creep. 100%. I wouldn't lie.
Which guy is that?
The one that you keep bringing on. You're probably gonna bring him on right now. I see you looking at the screen. Go ahead.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about.
The one that was just on. I don't know his name.
Kleenex?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's here. I mean, everybody's here, but I really would like to end because I think, we've done enough. That's how I feel.
How much money, can I ask you a question? How much money did you make today from people donating? I'm just curious.
I don't know today, but this week I did pretty well with the IRL.
Well, IRL, yeah, you'll make more money doing IRL.
Yeah, it's
Right.
great. I'm really happy with it, Andy, honestly, because I really love to do this kind of thing. I
Let me
enjoy.
give you one last bit of advice. These calls where you're picking up a phone and you're holding it all close to your microphone, they sound terrible. I know my audio isn't that good, but you should only take people that are willing to use the StreamYards link. That call-in number, then they hijack your show. You're sitting there with like 10 seconds of dead air. You're making like these ugly faces trying to get off the phone. They can't even see it because they're just talking.
All right. I'll listen to you. All right,
Lisa,
Andy.
take care of Elisa.
All right, what a doll. Okay, he's all right. He's not bad, right? All right, so after the show, we have our wrap-up show. Everybody from this show is invited on that show so they can talk about all they want to talk about. Wheezy hosts it with Charmin, and they're so fair and kind, and they take a lot of shit, right, Wheezy?
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really like Ski Mask, so I wish one day he will come on the show.
Just keep asking him. I have his
Yeah.
email.
Yeah, I'm starting to really like him. It's kind of like the Noodles effect. When Noodles first came on, I didn't know what to think about him, but now I love Noodles.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's
Yeah.
been many callers, a couple of new people like Hudson Jake, which I really like, and Eric the Dream Giver, I think is.
There's
someone.
this guy too, Zombies. He doesn't have good audio or video, but he's cute and he has opinions, right? Zombie, do you have an opinion on the show?
Yes, I have a bunch of questions. Like, I noticed you have a cross in your like in your background. There's a cross. Like, I just want to know, were you religious or?
Yeah, I think I'm very interested in religion, and I studied Buddhism, I studied Christianity, I studied Kabbalah. So yeah, I'm pretty into stuff like that. So I look at Kermitarianism as a religion. Yes.
Another thing is some of these weirdos, like, you want to kind of having a good show is going to bring in more people, more good people. Having weirdos on the show is going to bring in just weirdos and more trolls and it's just going to be a downward slide. So you in a way, my advice.
Demon friends, they're gonna dance the night away. She's gonna break her bones while the band plays. She came all the way to Vegas from San Francisco just to join the party at the desert disco, just to break her bones while the band plays. The spirit's out tonight. You know we're gonna have a good time all night. Take flight, that's right. The desert is a dance floor. The desert is a dance floor all night. Take flight, that's right. The desert is a dance floor. All the ghosts and skeletons rise up with their demon friends. They're gonna dance the night away. She's gonna break her bones while the band plays. She came all the way to Vegas from San Francisco just to join the party at the desert disco, just to break her bones while the band plays.
We love you so much, everyone. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the wrap-up show.